Get you some money, you're gonna feel different.
Straight up.
You might even, all that other advice I could have gave you, this the short version. You know, get you a couple dollars, man. You're gonna feel different.
Hey, Net Hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
Boy, the Flacco say Diddy name is coming up and some more of the same shitty bullshit. And this time, it definitely looked like it involves some kiddies. We finna check it out with no further ado and see what the diddler has definitely been up to.
Diddy with. And whenever you have more than one charge in play, a RICO is always an option. The news broke after the John Doe lawsuit against Diddy. So a John Doe recently sued Diddy, alleging that Diddy gave him spiked liquor and then took advantage of him at a Hollywood party. The John Doe alleging they were a minor at the time, and they were essentially fed into the grip of Diddy. And the John Doe is actually famous. And that, to me, is the most interesting part about this. The John Doe will...
I ain't putting this on nobody, but just because of the way they kept saying it, I don't know why Michael B. Jordan keep coming to my mind. But I hope it's not him, but he just keep coming to my mind.
In the court filings, they are a child star. They are famous. They are a public figure. They're filing under John Doe to conceal their identity due to career ramifications this may have. Now, I don't know exactly who John Doe is. I do have my suspicions.
A former child star slams P. Diddy with a disturbing civil lawsuit. She alleges the singer sexually assaulted him at a Hollywood party. Speculation is stirring about who this star could be.
Before we get this video started, if you want to learn how
look like they insinuating it's Justin Bieber, you digging eyes. Look like who that may have been in that little picture being blurred out. Look like they was trying to insinuate Justin Bieber.
Don't you want to work with me? Like, click the link in my description to join my community. Let's get started. Let's grind. Let's make money together.
But the newest allegation in the Diddy case comes from an unlikely source, a former child star who says Diddy performed oral sex on him at a Hollywood party when he was still underage. And this brings forth a whole host of questions. Like, for instance, could P. Diddy face more...
Remember that video? It looked like Odell Beckham and Usher and Justin was in the club doing some,
criminal charges relating to these accusations. Is his current conviction relevant to these accusations? I mean, does it bolster them? Where does this civil case fall in line with the rest of the civil cases he's already up against? And above all, who is this celebrity child star? Well, the latter question is all speculation because the former child star has filed the lawsuit under John Doe. So we don't have an actual name, but we do know that it's a male who was reportedly already famous when the alleged incident happened.
Here's another clue. Their acting career started in 2004. Who do y'all think it is, man? Because this person is a child actor or they're famous.
Nah, Michael B. Jordan started way before 04, huh? Well, I don't know. I worked with him in like 06, 05, 06, 07, maybe. And he had already done The Wire. I don't know.
Famous, to me, that gives them more credibility because I don't see the reason why somebody famous or a celebrity will come out, file a lawsuit under John Doe, make up these false allegations against Diddy that they know are going to be proven false and like in a court of law. Like, I just don't know why. Like, what would a celebrity gain from this? See, the regular person will gain the attention they want, the clout they want, and possibly a settlement. If you are a child actor and a celebrity and you essentially have all to lose, like you're already famous, you coming up with these allegations will only ruin your name and public reputation. I just don't think a celebrity would take that risk if they knew these charges were false. Diddy was not the only person that's included in his lawsuit. They would also include a talent agency that they believe kind of set up this party for Diddy to groom and meet and violate minors in the industry. They feel like these people knew that these minors had no business being at that party by themselves, but they kind of sent the minors there knowing something like this would have happened. And the fact that they are including other people, including a talent agency and specific dates, to me is, listen, man, I'm not willing to just call this frivolous or cloud chasing, bruh. They're bringing in other people. They're bringing in dates and times. This looks bad for Diddy.
According to the lawsuit, the boy started his career acting in about 2004. Plaintiff, meaning John Doe, immediately began working in the entertainment industry, securing initial roles that provided early professional exposure and experience. The lawsuit alleges the boy was on some high-profile shows, but it doesn't specify which shows. It does, however.
Okay, it ain't Mike. Mike wasn't on no shows. Oh, well, yes, he was on The Wire.
Say the alleged incident happened involving Diddy back in 2007, meaning the
And he was on cold case with me. Wow.
boy would have had about 3 years experience in Hollywood at the time. Now, according to the filing, the boy reached out to his agents for help with his career. And this is common in Hollywood. They arranged different networking events where he could go and
But with Michael B. Jordan, that would include his parents. The boy wouldn't be reaching out at that point in his career to the agent about nothing. He had parents in place. Every time we was on set and they hollered cut, he'd go over to his trailer to the tutor and go to school.
mingle and meet people. And it was all basically to build visibility with other actors, directors, and celebrities. And that, according to the court docs, is how he met P. Diddy in 2007 at one such networking event in the Hollywood Hills. The suit titles this section as, quote, the attack on plaintiff, describing what allegedly happened. According to the child star, he started off at the party by mingling with people and then noticed P. Diddy talking to some other actors who were in the crowd. But eventually, Diddy allegedly approached the boy. Diddy and the boy began talking about his career, and then Diddy said the boy could be a good candidate for an upcoming project. Defendant Combs told plaintiff he wanted to speak to him privately about some potential opportunities that defendant Combs had in mind for plaintiff.
Privately.
Defendant Combs guided plaintiff to the back rooms of the event.
Why you gotta talk to me privately about helping me become a public figure? Something don't sound right about that.
Defendant Combs and plaintiff went into one of the back rooms together. Defendant Combs shut the door to the back room behind them. At this
What's funny about that is like, what, take her in the toilet to make out?
point, Diddy allegedly gave the boy some alcohol. And I want to pause here to note, if you followed the P. Diddy trial at all, you know
If he always trying to get his alcohol up so quick, it's so essential. It's more than alcohol in them cups, man. Alcohol, yeah, helps set the mood, but it seems like he feel like you the alcohol. Gotcha. It's something else in them glasses. It ain't just alcohol, man. Why you want you to take the alcohol, just the alcohol, so fast, so quick, and once you get it, he got you? That ain't just alcohol.
that multiple witnesses testified that Diddy allegedly plied them with alcohol that was sometimes drugged. Multiple other civil lawsuits allege that Diddy forced survivors to drink alcohol that had allegedly been drugged in order to sexually assault them. According to this most recent filing, John Doe alludes to a similar situation. He says that Diddy gave him some alcohol.
Psychology is crazy because when it comes to intimacy, intercourse, interaction with the opposite sex, the whole thing is the fact that the motherfucker want to do it to you. Like, me just wanting to do it to you is nothing. My real thing is the fact that motherfucker want to do something to me, wants to, has that desire. That's the main appeal. To try to trick somebody to gain access to him is like a waste of time.
And then allegedly began touching him and rubbing inappropriate parts of his body. Unexpectedly, defendant Combs started to touch plaintiff. First, defendant Combs began to rub on plaintiff's arm. Plaintiff told defendant Combs that he did not feel comfortable with the way defendant Combs was touching him. Defendant Combs tried to relax plaintiff and continued.
I don't believe there's no statute of limitations on this type of shit these days either. They might be trying to bury Diddy.
To touch plaintiff, moving his hands down plaintiff's body, beginning with touching his arm and then down to his stomach. It all culminated with Diddy allegedly performing oral on the boy, who once again—
Whoa, I wasn't ready for that. I'm thinking it's finna just be like this touchy. He went through the same Terry Crews went through, but oh my God.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way, yeah.
It ended up in,
and was a child at the time.
If you are a Diddy defender and you really want to excuse Diddy, you could very easily make the point. Diddy did this in a party full of people. You think Diddy is that bold to do this in a party full of people with a child actor he never met before? He took them in a separate room, gave them spike liquor, took advantage of them, risking this child actor running out the room and screaming, "He raped me, he raped me, he raped me." Right? Like, come on. To me, that right there is like the only response, but I'll be real. I don't think even that response is strong enough, because I do feel like once you start to name dates and times and bring in other people who's a part of this, I don't know, bro. It's looking terrible for Diddy, man. LAPD did announce it is unclear if this John Doe case or instance is a part of it, but LAPD did reveal they believe they have enough to charge Diddy with two particular things, right?
Wow, Diddy in trouble, cuz this shit crazy. All that kinky, freaky, out the box shit, semen on your nipples and all that bullshit. Yeah, that shit ain't cool.
Two set of crimes involving SA. Now, it's unclear when they're going to charge Diddy, if they're going to charge Diddy, but they did say they believe they have enough and they're moving forward.
Well, Diddy allegedly touched himself. Defendant Combs then pulled up his pants and told plaintiff he would see where they would go from there for the role that he had in mind for defendant Combs's project. Plaintiff was in shock and pulled his clothing back up. After this, the boy was left completely alone. According to the lawsuit, he was in total shock. So he waited for his ride to come and then he left. P. Diddy is listed as a defendant in the lawsuit, but so too are some of the talent agencies for their alleged involvement. The child star alleges it was their duty to protect him, and they didn't. In fact, the adult agents allegedly didn't even attend the party and instead encouraged this child star to go alone without a chaperone. Plaintiff is informed and believes, and thereon alleges, that defendant Combs and agents spoke prior to the event in order to conspire to create an event disguised as an industry meeting in order to provide defendant Combs with an opportunity to come
A lot of detail, man, count.
into contact with minor children like plaintiff. Plaintiff believes that the agents knew that Diddy had a reputation for sexually assaulting children and urged the boy to attend the party anyway. Now, this lawsuit was filed on Monday, June 8th in Los Angeles Superior Court, bringing forth a slew of allegations, including childhood sexual assault, sexual battery, negligence, intentional infliction of emotional distress, false imprisonment, violation of the Ralph Civil Rights Act, negligent supervision of a minor, and sexual harassment under Civil Code 51.9. Either way, P. Diddy himself has completely denied the allegations. His team told local TV station KTLA-5 the accusations are, quote, false and ridiculous. His team released a statement saying, quote, "He's just another hater in a long list of people trying to get in on the money gravy train encouraged by personal injury lawyers. Mr. Combs has never sexually assaulted anyone, and that includes any child. These allegations will be disproved like all the rest." So that's Diddy's stance. But according to the LA Times, investigators on the West Coast are taking a closer look at all of these allegations. The Times reports the LA County District Attorney's Office has been reviewing sexual assault allegations against P. Diddy, and that the LAPD and Sheriff's Department have presented two separate cases for possible criminal charges. So is this John Doe case involved? Could P. Diddy face additional charges, maybe even state charges out of California? I don't know. These are all questions I need an expert opinion for.
Good news and bad news. If they've tried twice, then clearly, the case is not as concrete or as strong as you would want it to be, because they haven't charged him yet. Bad news is, they're going to charge you. Like, I don't feel like these people are type of people to like investigate, have a charge, try to charge you with it. The grand jury didn't really go along with it, and then they drop it. I feel like they're coming for Diddy. They're going to R. Kelly him. R. Kelly was in jail. There was a day where R. Kelly got a bond from his random fans who bonded out R. Kelly. R. Kelly already had a warrant out for his arrest for a new case like that same night. That's how they're going to do Diddy. If Diddy gets out, the first thing you want to do, my boy, get out of the United States. Take Cassie, for example, bro. All right, because when you in their faces and you remind them of what you did, that's just where the investigation gets deeper. They're going to bring more victims, right? They're going to bury you. But if you get out of their faces, you go to a third world country somewhere, bro. You go to Cuba, you go to Liberia, you go to somewhere in West Africa, and you just chill off the grid, off the map. I feel like they'll leave you alone. But if you think, right hand of God did it, I ain't lying to you. If you think you about to get out of jail, get to Harlem bopping and Harlem shaking, on top of the cars, can't stop, won't stop, back on top of the world, billboard in Times Square, get back to Diddy stuff, you are sadly mistaken. They're going to get you out to pay. just get yourself out the paint, bro. Get yourself out the way, man. Leave. Because them folks not playing with you, bruh. And if they got 2, they probably got about 10 more, right? They just was able to get 2 to probably stick, right? Come, like put it together, submitted it. Nah, just not enough. Okay, cool. They about to draw it back in.
Sheesh.
Finesse it a little bit, change it up a little bit, and resubmit it. I'm telling you, bruh.
Remix it. In hip-hop, we call that the remix. Diddy is known for the remix. They finna remix it on his ass.
They about to resubmit it how many times they need to, Diddy. You is going to jail. 2 years.
They're gonna tell them, take that.
This ain't enough, man. Brian still played in them folks' face. They want blood and flesh.
But this plaintiff, by definition, and in the text of the complaint, is no longer a minor. There's no good reason why his identity should be shielded.
And just to explain this to our viewers, when P. Diddy is served with this, or his team, whatever, they get, this lawsuit and it says John Doe. Did they actually get to know the identity of this person, or is it simply just John Doe to them too?
I suspect, Diddy is well represented. They will have a very good idea as to who the John Doe is. But it's still what it denies his lawyer.
And how do they know? Diddy probably know. How does he have any idea without substantiating this event to some degree? If just hearing this gives him an inclination as to who it is, that kind of leads to the idea of whether it's smoke, there's fire. Because if none of this never happened, he should be clueless as to who John Doe is.
Lawyers and investigators, the tips that you get in these cases. So in other words, if, as I suspect, they move to have John Doe's name made public, they will start to get a lot of feedback from the public at large as to who this person is in terms of his credibility. It's just making the defendants fight with one arm tied behind their backs, and I just don't think as a matter of due process it's fair.
And again, to remind our viewers, this is a civil lawsuit. These are allegations. He doesn't have criminal charges involving all of this. But isn't it kind of tricky to bring a case like this? Because according to this child star, John Doe, this happened back in 2007. Obviously, we're now in 2026. If there was any cell phone data, maybe they have it still, cameras or video. Like, things would be a lot different now versus then. I mean, do you think...
I wonder why she would have that mic arm designed for that cable to go through that part, that white long part. That cable is designed to be hidden in there. And she has such a professional looking setup. I don't know why she would let that wire just hang. Type of shit I be noticing my bad.
Obviously, there's a different burden of proof when it comes to a civil case, but isn't that an uphill battle bringing an allegation like this from, more than a decade ago?
I agree, because they will have the
design just like this one. You can see the wires going right into the thing.
Burden of proof. The John Doe plaintiff will have the burden of proof, whether it's by preponderance of the evidence or clear and convincing. It still will be his burden, and it will be harder to carry that burden in light of, as you said, there probably will be spoliation or destruction of any contemporaneous communications at the time, if any, and some of the technology was older than in any event. So I think that is a disadvantage to the plaintiff. But it also, I've been on the other side of these, and it's harder for the defendant in a he said context.
Let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all think Diddy innocent? Y'all think...
I don't know. That's not my place to decide, think, to even ponder. But what I do know, it's obvious they got it out for Diddy, and this situation is shitty. We gonna see what happens.
Get you some money, you gonna feel different.
Straight up.
You might even, all that other advice I could have gave you, this is the short version. Get you a couple dollars, man. You gonna feel different.
Thank you, Net Hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.